We had such a horrible stream last night. I am wanting to make sure that if it was an anomaly or if it's something that I need to truly be concerned about. So we're just going to do some flip throughs and chat a little bit and go over some art that's already existed and wait for people to come in and tell me if it sounds choppy or if my screen's freezing or any of that lovely stuff. So the first thing we're going to go over, oh, here it is. ATC cards that I have received from others throughout time. That works for everybody. My phone went off. I was making sure it wasn't not anybody that I needed to talk to. So, see, do we have anybody in here yet? If not, I'm going to share. See, when I started sharing this last night is when we ended up with a problem. It was really weird. So I'm hoping we don't have that issue today. So I'm going to paste things in here and in some of the groups, just so we can see how this is going. If there's anybody in the room, I'll be right there. I just want to see if it gets choppy again today. So we'll just chat and stuff and we'll go over. If you have questions about things I show you, we can address them. So that's how that, let me look and see. Nope, so far it's just me in here, or somebody's in here other than me. Whoever it is, hello, how are you? You can always type over in the chat side there. I'm almost done. I'm just posting it into a few places, not all the places that I normally would. But this, I'm just trying to see how this dadgum stream's going to do today. Okay, so I hosted a collab last year, and it was the Stranger Things right before season 2 came out. Anyway, this is the one Mark did for me. Isn't that amazing? I really like that. Mark did that one and then sent it to me. And look, it's really small. He just did it on a little piece of cardstock. Man, my brain functioned already. Anyway, that's what he did for his part of his collab. The video is in a playlist. I've got their videos in a playlist. And then here are ATCs that I've received. I did a swap. I was involved in a group that was swapping for a while. And on the back, I just left like who the authors were. The artists were here. It has their dates. This is back from 2017. Wow, it's been a couple of years. This is 2019. Wow. And these are Dusty's. She did it on book, but look at, can you see? Let me unhook this one. Look at that. That is just amazing. You know what? And these are actual little shells on this one with tiny, tiny, I don't know if they're beads or sand or what, but these guys are shells. This one was made from an artist out of Washington. It's nice. And this one, I know she's from overseas, but I can't remember exactly where. And then like these here, this is Dusty's. Dusty Claire, a lot of us know who she is. This one is a shell, like with a diamond in it. Let me see. It's from Becky. She's from here in the States. And these remind me of the Little Precious Moments girls. She's done D. I'm not sure if D's in the States or not. And this one, Abstinence Wine, this chickie is from the States, though. Yeah. She's from the States. I liked that one that she did here. Okay, so then we have these. This one says, if the future's looking dark, we're the ones who have to shine. That's so true. This one was made in Europe by an artist in Europe. Out of the state of Georgia. And I'm not sure. She's pretty sure she's in the States. This one, I believe, isn't it Shay? Oh, no, that's Danielle. Betty and Angelique. Now look at this suckers. Look at that fly, pig with wings, a butterfly that looks like it's made out of wood. This one says courage and faith. And these artists are from Europe. I can usually tell the ATCs that are from out of the country because they're really three-dimensional usually, and they're just amazing. Even the background is piggy. The paper is even piggy. It's a little piggy. This lady's from the United States. This one I can't remember if she's from the United States or not because it's not really wrote on the back. Hey! Yes, these are ATCs. How are you guys doing? I'm trying to see if let me know if my voice is choppy or if my video is dropping because my live last night it had kept dropping really bad. So today I thought we'd do flip throughs so that I can just test the stream and we can go over things I haven't seen in a while. These are ATCs we traded. These are ones I received and I had sent them. They picked ones of mine to go back. So I'm trying to show them to everybody. This one doesn't have a name on it, but I can tell you right now that this one's Mark Muir's. This is one of Mark's. It sounds fine now. That's awesome. This is one of Mark's. And these are Shay's. I work with him all the time. That's why I recognize her. And he's such a good artist. He can do realism too. He's just amazing. I don't know what pocket letters are. K Rose, what are pocket letters? Someone tell me. Is she still here? These again are Shay's. She did a steampunk one. It was really cool. Those are Shay's. We traded. I think I had a mermaid series and she wanted those, so we traded. And I love steampunk, so I traded. Hey, Dee Dee. I am going over a flip through because my stream was so bad last night. I'm just testing today. So we're just going over a flip through of artist trading cards that I have received from other artists. And I keep them in a 3-ring binder protected. And so we're going over that. And again, this is some of Shay's art. Some of these artists are, again, from not this country. I have a lot from Europe. Can you guys see them? It sounds good. I'm so glad. It was so bad, Dee Dee. I was so upset last night. It was so bad. Shay and I were trying, and it was just horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. So I thought I would do it again today because I'm working on my book and I'm taking a few minutes to do a video, and then I have to go back to working on my book. So got too many pots going at one time. Is this more of Mark's? Oh no, that's Maricha's. Those are Maricha's. They look like what you are showing people. You make pocket letters to give people like cards. They put things into the pockets. Huh. So I don't guess I'm gonna have to. Are there videos that just are called pocket letters on YouTube? So I can probably go look at them. I think next weekend, Mark, Shay, and I will be doing a live on Sunday on doing another page in our altered books, the encyclopedias that we've been working on. I knew this was Mark because I recognize the dragonfly. Yes. Okay, today I'll have to experiment that out. This one is actually one of my own. I made the face out of clay, polymer clay. And then I did my version, Starry, Starry Night. And I did little stones. See, again, this one's 3D-ish. Oh, but it's not saying if they're out of the country. Some of them do, some of them don't. I really like it if they put, because you forget. I mean, time goes on. Like these were done, a lot of these were back in 2017. And I like it when they actually tell you who the artist is, what country they're from, all that good stuff, because it helps. So those are artist trading cards. This is what I was working on last night because today's my birthday and I received a Happy Mail and I received some a really nice set of Prismacolor pencils, the 72-piece set, and I didn't even get to work with the pencils. And I've got received more Prisma markers. And the whole goal last night is we were going to go over the birthday stuff, and I was going to work on a color page, and Shay was working on some stuff, and it was so bad last night. Pocket letters are basically on one sheet of 9 ATCs with other goodies behind them. Well, that's amazing. Well, thank you, Dee Dee. Thank you, K Rose. So this is what I was working on last night. I had to finish it up off camera, and then I posted it on my Instagram, and then called it a day. And the one thing I've noticed about my journey with doing these adult color pages, like with any art that you do, you can see how you change and go through things. So we will, and as you change your markers, like the first set of markers I ever had, I thought were great. And then as you grow and you utilize certain things, you figure out real quick. And a better marker makes a huge difference in your photos. So this is some adult color pages that I've done through this year. And I think every one of them, there's a video out there. I have whole videos on them. And this one was actually a photo that I printed. And then I just went over him with my pencils. I did not paint him. I mean, color. I just went over things with my pencils, like to make his eyes stand out and things like that. This one was done a long time ago. Again, this one I did a base, which I got from Dee Dee, by the way. The idea to do that kind of stuff from Dee Dee. Mark was telling me, you need to watch Dee Dee. You need to watch her. So I started watching her. I was like, oh my God, this is so exactly what I needed to learn. She's a great teacher. If you guys don't know Dee Dee, she's awesome. So I went over this with a light acrylic wash first. And then I went over it with marker, my Prismacolor markers. And like the yellow and all that, that's Prismacolor markers. And then after I did use the marker and everything, then I went back over this whole thing. So we're talking 3 layers now, because you did the wash, you used the markers, and then now using the pencils. So we're on layer 3 at this point. And that's where you start going in the fine points, the definitions, so that you don't lose that in their teeth. Like, you know, add a little white there. You had your shading and your highlights. So this one has three layers. Hey, Stephanie. Thank you, darling. This art here, I take adult color pictures and whatnot, and I print them. And then I just work with them. I don't know what kind of art you would call it. It's just, Dee Dee, help me out here. I don't know what you would call it. Coloring it, except that I like to go over it with a light wash first, because it helps give it some teeth. And your pencils and stuff cost a lot of money. So, and your markers too. So it does help that you're not having to use so much. It kind of gives it a base, like a primer. And so this is one. And oh, this is another one. This was a picture that I had printed off. And then I went over this one. I can feel it. And there's a video on this. I believe it's just all color markers. I don't think pencil. I don't think I used my markers on this one. I think I just used my pencils. Mixed media. Thanks, Dee Dee. This is, I was going through a rough time, and this fit exactly what I was feeling at the moment. I couldn't articulate what I was going through, and this photo did it perfectly. Kind of sad, huh? But it did what it was supposed to do. Now, here's this guy. He has a wash on him. He also I did an acrylic wash. The green that you're seeing is that, and there's a video on this metallic luster, except in green. The green that they have, it's an emerald, I think, because it's not. You have to also make sure you keep these really tight, or these things dry up lickety-split, and then they're no good. But this green, I went through, and there's a video on it, and in this playlist, I have all these in a playlist, that's what that is here. But I like the way it kind of, look at that. Isn't that cool? And I liked the lion. So I get in there. Which one is this one? This is me just playing around. This is me drawing one day. And it is charcoal and marker and pen. That micron pen that they have. That's what she is. I was just playing around with her one day. Yes, there's a video on a lot. I don't know if there's a video on this one. There might be, but I have so many videos I can't remember. I have just so many videos out there. Sometimes it's hard to remember. Oh, now she is one of my first. I can tell how much I've changed since then. I didn't use any pencils on this. I just used my markers when I first got them. And she is out of a color book that I have. And it is all this guy's pictures from back when he was the Saturday Evening Post. They used this one man's particular art all over it. Does it say on here? Yes. Norman Rockwell. God, you're an idiot, babe. All of his stuff. And you can tell this is so, I can tell these are early days when I first started using markers and stuff and how much things have changed over time. This one here is one of my early ones as well. I didn't go over it with a pencil or anything. You can see the difference. You're just doing markers is one thing, and then if I'd have gone through with pencil, I could have really changed some stuff on this. And this one is Karina. It's one of her coloring books. One of her art. Is she in here today? I don't see her online right now, but she has color books, three different ones that are on her Etsy that you can download digitally. And this is one of the pages from her color books. And this is another one of hers too. Again, I didn't use pencils yet. I didn't know how to incorporate pencils in with this yet. So you can really tell the beginning. Do you cut the pictures out and put them together? I just printed them on cardstock. I just printed them on cardstock and went from there. My printer gets wore out. But you can see if I'd have gone back over them with pencil, I could have made the petals stand out more. And this was new, so you see how you learn as you go of your mistakes and stuff. You get to look at it going, oh, that, darn it. But again, it still is a cute picture for something I didn't know to do. This one is out of a coloring book I have here. I just tore it out. And Harry Potter, as you can tell, there's the wand. And this is one of my early ones too. I would do things differently now. I would highlight more. I would go in more hardcore where these little lines and stuff are with my black pen, black. And maybe on the outside of this, do some kind of a little bit of an orange to help it with a glow, make it pop. Same thing around the octopus thing. There's so many things I do different with it now. But at the time, I was just like, oh, look how good I did. But we live and we learn. Oh, you got bent. This is out of my color book page. It's a color book that I have. It's here. Crimes of the not Crimes of the Grimwald, but of that book. What is that guy called? Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. That's where it is. This is out of that page. I painted the background black, and then I just went over him with pencil. And if I'd have used my head, I could have really made all of his little hair stand out better if I'd have gone back over it with a fine, even a fine Sharpie, the fine point Sharpies, the black ones, those fine points are like pins. You can go over that with it, or the micron pen. If I'd have gone over that, there's so much more that could have been done with this guy. Yes, I'm critiquing my own work. What can I tell you? One of my very first ones, this is an elephant, and he is done in paint, and I believe it's craft paint that I did him in. There's a video. I'd have to go back and see, but I'm pretty sure this is all craft paint that I did with this guy. On here. Hello, Zoe. How are you? This is George Hughes, and his work was in the Saturday Evening Post. I left this guy's shirt white and just kind of went over it. I would have done it differently now. I would have used, but I have such a wide range of markers now compared to what I had back then. But markers would have been better to go over this. Or even an acrylic wash. You think, Dee Dee, do you think a wash would have done better as a bottom for this? So as a foundation? I don't know if she's still here. I know she had dinner coming up. So there's that. Are you guys bored with this, or is this okay? I know for sure there's a video on this one. Marker and pencils with this one. And I know there's a video on this one for sure. I think there's a... I like washes because it takes up less of... Right! It helps you with your things. Yeah. I think going forward, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be doing wash. It's like I didn't do one on this, the one I did last night, but I was just messing around. But going forward on any of my major projects, I think I'm going to do a wash because you're right. Like this one, I used gel pens, markers, pencils. I did not do a wash on this one. But I'm thinking a wash would be the best way to go. On the big areas, right? Right? Like I could have done one on her face. But I didn't. This is out of a coloring book I have. This is marker, and this is all gel pen. This is gel pen. Because it's kind of got some glittery. I don't know if you can see it. Kind of glitters a little bit. Some of these I forgot I even did. I think this was something I was practicing with and never went, that was an experiment that never went forward on this A and B. So, I don't have any clue. I don't know. This I did with charcoal. And this is done on canvas paper. I think. No. I don't know. It might. I don't know. I don't remember. There's not a video on this. I was trying to work on eyes, and I just did it with charcoal on that one. This one's old. This one's back from like 2016, maybe. This is canvas paper. And I was just playing around with acrylic paint. Just kind of going crazy with it one evening. I was bored. You see that? Crazy. There's a video on this one that I did. This is canvas paper, acrylic paint. And I did her back in probably... Well, this isn't canvas paper. This is canvas, but it's in a book where you can pull it out. I think I did her back in 2016 or so. That's what she was done then. I was asked to participate. I think it was Mark Muir's or Shay's. One of them had a Nightmare Before Christmas collab that they did on YouTube, and they asked me to do this guy. So I did. He's on out of my canvas, and I did him. I don't remember. I'll have to ask which one, if it was Mark or Shay. It was one of them. And there's a video. Most of my stuff, there's videos. This one is mine that I did for a collab I hosted for a Thanksgiving. It was a Charlie Brown's Thanksgiving. And it was a couple of several years ago that we did. And it was to honor, I lost one of my children when he was 17 and his name was Charlie. And so everybody kind of helped me with that one, that collab that year. Again, the whole video is, and all of the artist videos are in a playlist on my channel because we had a lot of people involved in that one. And there's some really great art. You know, if you guys see where people have done collabs, make sure to click on their playlists because then you get to see all the other artists that were involved and they all need to get their videos seen too because they put in a lot of work for it. This is just an abstract face I did. I was playing around, and this is done at a craft paint and, yeah, craft paint, and that's it. I think I drew it all first, and then I went back over it. This one's 2016. Oh, who's this, guys? I did this one too. This was for a CAC collab, fan art. We did fan art. In what year? 2016, September 2016. I did this. And who can tell me who this is? Who knows who this is? This is David Bowie.
Excuse me, there is a message for you.
And there goes my phone. I forgot to turn that sucker up. This is fan art 216 as well. Can't be, oh, fantasy art. This was fantasy art that I did. Yes, Old Stoner, the other one was David Bowie. This one is just fantasy that I did. And this one is on canvas paper here. Oh my God, I don't know what we were doing. Oh, it had something to do with Mark. I don't remember what Mark got me talked into doing. I don't know. I'll have to ask Mark. I don't remember. Wasn't fast enough. What wasn't fast enough? Old Stoner? Oh, this is one that hasn't been finished. So I should set this to the side and finish it. I doubt there's even a video on it. I don't remember any kind of a video. I'll set that one to the side. I have no idea what we were doing. Maybe this was done on a live or something. It looks like I was messing around with watercolor here. No clue. Doesn't have any striking any memory on me. It wasn't my answer. I knew who it was the second I saw it. Oh, cool. And this one is done in markers. Yeah, this is done all in markers, but not my Prisma. I can tell right now. Markers and gel pens. This is not done in fun seeing all the, it is, it's when you go back through old stuff, it's just like, oh wow. And I know that I got videos of 90% of this stuff. That's all on, it's most of it's under either abstract art or under mixed media, but the bulk of it should probably be under adult coloring book. I'm pretty sure that I have one that's the adult coloring book playlist, and most of this will be there. Oh, we all know who this guy is. This is the Joker. Now see how it's sparse right here? We're just kind of not go. Those are not good markers. Yeah, not good markers. And again, these are not with my Prismas. But see, if I'd have known back then, as I was just starting out, I could have gone over this with a Prismacolor pencil and made these stand out more, so there was more of a 3D-ish definition. Like, see, like that's behind the deer's booty. If I had went ahead and outlined each one of these leaves, it would have made it more pronounced. It would have made it look a lot different. You live and you learn. It's all about growing. This one too, not Prisma markers at all. You can tell by the way it's so blotchy. And this one should have had a wash on it, and I didn't know to do that because that's before I found Dee Dee's channel and knew that kind of stuff. But a wash should have been done on this, and then a good marker, and then again, if I'd have known, you could have gone over so much detail with a Prisma pencil. You're laughing at me, Dee Dee. It's true, though. It's true. You know it is. This is one of my favorites, even though it is not with Prismacolors. In fact, I might go over some stuff with this now that I have it to make it pop even more. I might do that. I might set this aside. I don't know if I should add a video of it or just do it on my own of what I'm going to do to this now, because I know there's a video of this one, but this is one of my favorite pictures that I did. But let's say I could go over lots of things to make it stand out better. Now that I know. This one is from a color book I have. The roses were from a color book as well. This one I did, and again, these are not Prismacolor markers. These are just some different kinds, like Sargents and I started doing a bunch of marker and colored pencil drawings on my channel. Super cheap ones I got during back to school sale for 50 cents a box on 4x6 index cards. How cool! Nice. I'm gonna have to go to your channel and look, dude. Oh, this one. I like this one too. This one is done in, looks like a marker, but it was not Prisma. Because it's at the beginning. This is from a color book I have. I'm looking at the perforated pages. That's how I can remember. But this one is also from my adult color page. Here's some sunflowers. Again, if I used pencils, I could make a lot of this stuff pop out. So I might set this to the side. This is a squid. They're not a whole lot different. These are not Prismacolor markers, but because these are some of the first ones I ever started doing. In fact, this color book page, the pages that come with this color book, LTD commodities, when they were like a pre-Christmas thing, maybe for kids or something. But I got it and kept it for myself. This is very thin paper, and I used not Prisma, but it almost tore the paper. Those markers that I did use on this were, oh, it almost tore the paper. But I don't think Prisma would have torn it, but this is so thin. This is the cover to one of the color books I have. And this was done this is before I had any kind of markers. This is done all in gel pen. All that's done gel pen. This one I didn't enjoy doing. I don't know why, but it got really tedious to me to finish this one up. I do remember it going, ugh. This was not Prisma colors at all, but I just, and looking at it now, if a person wanted to, excuse me, there's a lot more that you could have done to this with markers, with pencils and whatnot, but I just didn't enjoy this one, and I don't know why. Here you go, rock and roll hip hop. Again, so much more could be done in no Prisma. This one is done all in gel pencil pens. And they're sparkly. The sparkles, I don't think you can see kind of how it's kind of metallic-y. This one was fun to do. But it was all done in pen. This one, again, if you went back over it with pencil, probably could make some more things stand out better. So I might play with that one too. Oh, this is from a color book I have too. Pencil. And I think Sargent markers. You know, you can get them, they're the very low-end, cost-effective ones. This is watercolor paper or mixed media paper. And I don't know what I did this with, but I don't like it. So there will not be a video of that, I'm sure. Because if I don't like it now, I know I didn't like it then. This, I think, I'm pretty sure Chuck Carson posted, he's an artist. He designs stuff in graphic arts and stuff. Posted her and said, paint her, color her, do whatever. And then you posted the picture back underneath it. And then you could see how everybody did their own thing. This was one of his. It was Chuck's. And that's, this is, I put paint on here like a wash. That's like a wash. And I'm trying to figure all out. This I know is acrylic paint around her eyes. That's marker. Yeah, the rest of this is marker, but it wasn't Prisma. Here you go. This is a picture printed off of the online. I painted her first. There's a wash underneath this, an acrylic wash of like a light sienna brown, maybe. I'm pretty sure that's what I did. So I did that. Then I went over her because it's 3 layers again. Because there's the last thing I did with her was the pencils. I went back over it at the end with pencils. But at the beginning there was a wash, then there was markers, and then you went back. Then I went back over here and painted with paint. There's a video. There's a video of this. And you can see exactly what I did. But I liked this one. This one I liked the way she turned out. I think after I started this one is when I started doing some of my series on the portrait series. But a lot of those I mailed off to their counterparts. But they're videos of the portrait series, but they're real people. And they've been delivered to who they belong to. But there's videos there. You can see how the stuff goes through. Markers and pencil on this one. I didn't do a wash. I just went over her. And it always, when I do print them off, they never stay looking the same. It's always altered. I always alter them. Just the way they do. This one is basically, there's a video of it. There might be a wash. I can't, hold on just a second. Somebody's at my door. Okay, everybody, I am going to have to shut this live stream off. I have unexpected company. I will talk to you guys later. I will work on some of these others and we will get back to it. Love you and thanks for coming in.